top5rapwebsite.com. You already know what's going on. Today we got Lupe Fiasco and Kaelin Ellis, House. So if you know me, you know I'm a long time Lupe Fiasco listener, so let's get right into it. Track number 1, Homemade, I guess, but I think that's a French word. I think it means male. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong.
But an easier question than that is to ask yourself where we sit in the sea of art history.
So I guess Virgil Abloh, Mr. $50 himself, has something to do with this. Maybe he did the artwork.
Another sort of framework to dwell on is where do we live? You live in a house,
right? And usually I'll skip these little tracks with no music on it, but with Lupe, this is probably gonna tie into the whole theme of the project.
See, the house that you grew up in is what you define as a house. But
I grew up in an apartment.
On the opposite side of the world, what they grew up in, they think of the house, a kitchen, a living room, a roof.
Home is where the heart is,
etc. Just to think about, the whole bullet point is the world inside it is man-made. It's all metaphoric. Man has flaws. Man loves power.
Okay, so that was just a little intro, 1 minute. This is 22 minutes. So 4 songs, 22 minutes. That means each song is going to be like 5 minutes. So these are real songs. Track number 2, Dinosaurs.
So where should we begin?
Lupe.
Maybe we should begin at the beginning. Sounds fine to me. Dinosaurs came in all colors. They were creatures with different features. Had teeth to eat you. They made beds called nests and lay eggs after they had sex. Inside them, whether they ate plants or meat is how you could divide them. In the Flintstones, they used to ride them with tails particularly good for sliding. In real life.
So is he trying to draw a parallel between dinosaurs and humans? Because everything he just said in the beginning, humans do too. Play.
Probably didn't go down like that. They probably didn't sound like that, but maybe close. If we are to believe Noah, they didn't really know how to make boats, and they drowned like that. Via paleontology, fossilias, how they mostly found like that. Bones in the stones, as if you soil dig. But if you oil rig, they warm up the homes, power up the cars. In Jurassic Park, it was a zone full of clones.
So he was talking about fossil fuels there. A little fossil fuel bar without really saying it. I consider myself an expert Lupe Fiasco bar breaker downer. I've done broken down songs like Failure, songs like Dumb It Down, songs that came before Mural. So we're on to you, Lupe.
They say they death came from the stars. Asteroid flew down and blowed up the grown. The babies too, the whole family, the entire Brady crew bit the dust like food from the floor. Just imagine, one day, all the cruncher rules was just removed from the store. And not just shooed off the stage, but booed off the tour. If they had lawyers, they could have sued some for sure. Class actions when that happens, you know the rules.
He said the dinosaurs got destroyed by the stars. If they had lawyers, they could have sued. So he's humanizing them.
After snapping gets overruled.
Personification.
Caught this ancient condo in Toronto. They ran in packs. Brontosaurus ran in herds. Pterodactyls was the birds. The prehistoric conceptual source of the mighty morphin combo. Word, it gets dangerous. Come hit the museum if you wanna hang with us.
Biggie.
Mostly just the skeletons. Now if you wanna use brain case space as a metric for intelligence, then Tyrannosaurus Rex wasn't the smartest of the smartest, but you won one in the box with the short arm, carnivorous martial artist. You ain't gotta be the sharpest sawdust slice of sausage or the largest ninja star in all of Harlem to carve apart into a target.
So you whack ass rappers. You done seen how many times he done rhymed right there? You don't want to box with the T-Rex because they got small arms. That's what he was saying. But he was still pretty vicious when you look at the skeletons.
They say they where we get chickens from. So which came first, ancestors or the chicken sons? Go
They say T-Rexes are where we get chickens from. Is that what he said? So which comes first, the ancestors or the chicken's son? You know? Food for thought. I can't answer that. You know what I mean?
Hips and thumbs and Bruce Lee's ski. Tell me to freeze, I might kick your gun.
I like this beat too.
Surviving the ice age. Reptilian. How old? About 242 million. Post-Cretaceous, the status was basically wiped from the face of our favorite little ball in the skies. Some are small, some are tall, some are crawl, some are fly. But we gotta thank them all, cause without them, we wouldn't have the malls of Dubai. But they also kinda gave us all the climate change. I ain't trying to blame, I'm just saying. Sometimes they go by.
So is he blaming the dinosaurs for climate change? Well, he said he ain't trying to blame, but you know, what's the correlation there?
Megalosauridia, or Sauropodomorpha, whatever you want to call them, whether it be Grimlock, Yoshi, or Earl Sinclair. Just remember at one time this whole world was theirs.
It's a real jazzy beat. I like that. I like Lupe over this type of production. I'm unsure where the project is going. It's called House. He was talking about dinosaurs. Maybe he's talking about planet Earth being their home. The intro track was kind of something that kind of decentralizes our idea of what home is. He says, you know, we have our idea of home, or wherever we grew up, it may be houses, or maybe apartments, condos. But then you go to a third world country and they have their own idea of what a home is, and it may not be a structure like you think of. And then the second song is, or the second track is about dinosaurs. So track number 3, SLEDOM, featuring Crystal Torres and Graham Whom.
Just any old job, but a real good job. You know what I'm saying?
Graham Burris.
Any ideas? Well, if I may. Look, career decisions can be important endeavors. You gotta take your time, not jump whenever the weather feels a little better. Priorities over pleasure. But there's nothing wrong with incorporating some leisure.
Some leisure, some leisure, I guess. You know, that's the slant rhyme he's going for. So now this song seems to be about jobs and career choices, but it's called SLEDOM. So, you know, I'm unaware of where he's going with this, but, you know, you listen to the bars enough and you can kind of catch on.
Measure so you're not hopelessly tethered to something like a meaningless pursuit.
And that's a fact. He says you don't really want to mix pleasure too much with the job, priorities over pleasure, but you got to pick something that you are at least that can feel like leisure to you, so it's not a meaningless pursuit. That's real talk, because you can have a job that pays the bills, but you know, you get home and you're uninspired, you're dead inside. You just spent the past 8-9 hours doing some shit that's extremely unappealing to you.
To be necessarily cute, but you want something that grabs you by the roots, right? A love quest so when your thoughts is black, an employer you can enjoy and look forward to that.
A love quest for when your thoughts is black. Quest, love quest. Thoughts is black thought. And then he had the roots bar before that. So again, Lupe, I'm on to you, bro. I already know how it goes with you.
Kinda like how I look forward to rap, something cool. You ain't gotta go back to school. Set your own hours, powers and agilities. Takes advantage of all of your natural
abilities. Tracks.
Something like your dream occupation, a clean obligation and esteemed operation.
Love the beat. Shout to Kaelin Ellis.
On the internet, have you tried modeling? Using your body to sell things on the internet. Have you tried modeling? Have you looked into modeling? Using your body to sell things on the internet, yeah.
You can do things like tea. You can sell like.
You can even sell me.
You getting into prostitution or?
Look, now check it. You ain't gotta get automatically naked. You can be real selective, be real protective.
OnlyFans.
There's many different ways that you can model these days and be real respected and keep still your ethics. Non-erotic pose, still wearing all of your clothes. Let's take a little trip to where modern modeling goes.
non-erotic clothes, still wearing all your clothes. Lupe's floating on this.
Surprise, there's Muslim women that just be modeling eyes. McDonald's models that just be modeling
Fries.
Look at these. Buy some from me, please. You're such a tease. Ooh, with extra cheese. Look at you. Satisfying basic human wants and needs. But it's levels to it. There's many other leagues. You can model water bottles to send the children in need. Or for the environment and bring attention to bees. With
He said you can model water bottles to give to children in need or to bring attention to bees. Because you know how plastic is fucking up the environment and how bees are so important to pollination. And pollination, obviously, we eat what they pollinate. So that could lead to our extinction. Extinction of the bees could lead to our extinction. So he said you could just go into different types of ways in modern modeling. That was a bar he had. So I'm still kind of unsure where the song is going or where the project is going, but yeah, we just gonna keep it going.
You know, peep it. Modeling has been historically prestigious. Look at Mona Lisa, model. Michelangelo's cousin even modeled for Jesus. That's from the Bible.
That's on the Bible. That's a fact. The image of Jesus, white Jesus that y'all got, that's not Jesus, bro. That's not actually him. This is some, I want to say he's a European. He was a European king. If he wasn't a king or royalty, yeah, Michelangelo's kin. So you start to think about why these famous painters and artists that we have, how did they get so high up, you know, and renowned? There are a million great painters and artists and sculptors. Why are these the ones that are so revered? They got connections to royalty. They got connections to the folks who rewrote the image of Jesus. So watch who you worshiping.
Was on the cover of novels. Mrs. Butterworth became a whole bottle. So many models on everything that we swallow. Even though bananas nasty, I ain't mad at Chiquita for providing all that potassium. You know, the Barbizon book has started a lot. You could be one of those haircut models on posters in barbershops. Or maybe even one of them catwalk spinners that be swirling like dervishes. So many modeling agencies and services if you think about dabbling. But beware, there's certain agencies that are just on wraps for human trafficking. But don't be scared. You'll be dazzling, European to African, you're modeling.
So I really like the supporting cast. This hook by Crystal Turris and Graham Burris, and the production by Kaelin Ellis. It's making it so Lupe don't gotta do much. You know what I'm saying? It's a great supporting cast. He sounds great over the jazzy beats. And I think that's all we're getting verse-wise.
Stand in front of a TV camera with confidence, knowing you have the training to get you started.
Okay, so that song was about modern modeling, the different ways you can model nowadays. The second song was about dinosaurs. The EP is called House. And this next song, track number 4, is Shoes, featuring Virgil Abloh. So again, still unsure how all this connects, but I'm sure it will make sense by the end. Track number 4, Shoes.
Been standing in line since Thursday. I heard a rumor they might be dropping them early. Should have them just in time for your birthday. A relevant holiday affair. Got one of those 3-leg folding chairs.
So now is he talking about modern day shipping and handling? Is this what this song is about?
For the camp out, even it brings the battery power lamps out. Warm clothes but blanket case it get cold. Corn chips and basic staples to hold. Hunger over to Uber Eats is ordered. Maybe pizza, quesadillas and sopa.
Turn this up.
Got a little cooler with assorted waters and sodas. Cinnamon sugar coated mile side of the odor. Makes me the envy of the line. If not the enemy, not my energy, I'll be spending plenty of time inside the books that I bought. The audios and regulars, quite the party goer and reveler.
So, on today's to-do list is to design a pair of running shoes.
Virgil.
The goal is, as always,
So the track is called Shoes, but I'm unsure what that first verse had to do with shoes. He said Uber Eats though, and I know they be walking your food to you.
Release day is finally upon us, more celebratory than the former. But mixed with bittersweet vibes, most certainly switch to different beats. More police, like Justinian's Byzantinian Christian beliefs. There's a risen rhythm, you can feel it all in the streets, like a marathon or a parade. Poets might wanna pull their pens out like grenades, or that motto for a year and a half, and write down all the tears and the laughs. A shot across the bow of the tyrannous class. Quote, from man standing on float, the whole event is just biggest fan channeling dope.
So he's talking about a shoe release, like the Yeezys, like, you know, retro Jordans re-releases. But I'm having the first two songs, the DINOSAURS and the SLEDOM, which is about modeling. Oh, SLEDOM, that's model spelled backwards. See, I thought they were trying to do something with the word seldom. Again, Lupe, his stuff is gonna hit you later. I'm gonna probably listen to this 4 months from now and get something new from it. But I am trying to see what he's trying to do with the shoes title theme motif, but I'm just let it keep going.
One just feels privileged and esteemed, inwardly serene and spiritually clean. Even the line feels like a team, stark opposition to a competition for things.
Stock opposition to a competition with things. So I know StockX is one of those popular shoe websites. Is that the punchline or?
These shoes that we're about to design with words starts with a soul. Not a soul, but a soul, you know, what touches you to earth, that's floating in nowhere, the soul.
Yeah.
Great beat.
We're touching signs of equality to match. White kid at the front, let me go first, cause I was black. Said it was only right. He was used to having hairstyles his entire life. Maybe it was time to step aside like trilobites. Touching.
Now he has like what, a stepping head start, because it's a racing term. You get a head start. These are runners, obviously runners' shoes. Step aside. Is there like a metaphor, extended metaphor going on with that?
Get it like riding bikes. The ordeal starts to spring feelings like God and light. Permanent villains go about chilling they psychic fights. Nice. And to a buyer's delight. You limited to 2, so that means I'm buying them twice. One pair to wear, one pair on ice. The market speculation will surely hike up the price.
After market speculation, I hike up the price. Plus you resellers that just go and buy 1 million of them. I can't be mad at you though. You getting your bread, but I can be mad at you. And I'll be tired of niggas who say that, oh, you can't be mad at him, he getting money though. Bro, getting money is not the end all be all. Like, morals is the end all be all. So I forgot what I was even gonna say. Let's rewind that 10 seconds.
To a buyer's delight, you limited to 2, so that means I'm buying them twice. One pair to wear, one pair
for the ice. Yeah, so one pair to wear, one on ice. So, you know, us music collectors, if you haven't seen my Vinyl of the Week series, definitely go look at that. We do that sometimes. I might buy 2 copies of the same album. One that I could actually play around in the car, etc. And one I'm keeping it in a plastic. You know, this is a collector's item.
Speculation will surely hike up the price. Call that all in the plans. Feeling like Mike with the ball in my hands. Swear to God, it's like the best game he ever played. I get to wear the first pair possibly ever made.
What does that soul look like?
Jordan 1s.
It's soft to run on, but tough enough to withstand the reality of the ground, or the reality of the context we're living in. That's the soul. Let's just call it black.
Yeah, I get applause as I step outside the pop-up. The shop resembles the unfinished house he was in before they shot us. We fell down, then we got up. Pick pock up, pick lip up. This the type of tripping that scuff kicks up. Traditionally, creases was a style to refuse, but now they represent every mile in your shoes. Any mud on your soul gets towed and removed.
Okay, so I see what he's doing. I think so. Now he's using in this verse the sole of the shoe, the S-O-L-E. He's saying usually we avoid creases, but now the creases represent obstacles, the turmoil, your triumph. You know, it's like a football player's helmet. The more nicks and scars you got on the helmet, the more work you've been doing. So, let's let him keep going.
Tracing every trial, know it took strength. John steps, flowers growing out of the footprints. Liberation, here's your invitation. It's a relay race, continuation. Get the baton and keep bringing it back. The string theory means we'll keep being attached. Last thing, this is something of a sight, even when you take them off.
That string theory bar. I'm talking about shoelaces bar.
For your life.
You know, can withstand multiple beatings by the ground, but it's tough enough to continue on. That's the soul.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to listen to that one again. See, that's not one you're gonna get. You're not gonna understand that whole song from the beginning to the end on your first listen, because the whole song didn't even come full circle until the last verse. So we still got about 2 minutes, but if Lupe ain't rapping, you know.
Now there's an upper on top, enclosure around the foot, starting to take shape now. Air Aubrey.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a great poem, spoken word, but we stick with the music. So I'm gonna get on to track number 5 in the outro, LF95. So far we had a track about dinosaurs, we had a track about models, we had a track about shoes, and now we have LF95. I'm guessing the LF stands for Lupe Fiasco. We'll see. 95, like Air Max 95s.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's done with the shoe punchlines though.
I just beat off Twitter. Show you how I did it though.
The beat off Twitter. Let's hear it.
First, I took a screen record. Went to GarageBand. Then I had to export the QuickTime file.
Ain't no way you got this beat off Twitter and screen recorded it, then put it in GarageBand. This sounds way too high quality.
For audio only, then I dumped it in the band. Looped it up. Hope you understand. That's just process. Now, currently I think about what to say. Okay. Another day in coronavirus. Hope we never touch like pirates and a stylist. Old school means no school. Don't wanna waste your time and skirt the issue like a tutu. I was thinking of moving to IG Live.
Skirt the issue like a tutu. A tutu, which is like a skirt looking thing. It's Lupe.
Reporting live from the scene like a news crew. As you view the ship shape, carnival bar. Even the crews knew who's who. Prove 3, that's what you do when there's nobody else left to prove 2. Virg, right Lupe on my Lupe. We go back like just
Virg, right Lupe on my Lupe. So that's an ode to West Side Gun. Tell Virgil, right brick on my brick. And yeah, Virgil, he be writing, he can't be designing the shoe. He's gonna write in Times New Roman, shoe on the shoe, and that's gonna bring the value of the shoe up exponentially. So I've never owned Off-White, but you know, that's what Lupe was talking about.
beats for the 2-way. Back then I used to do it for the hoorays. Last night I posted up a pic of me, Cole and Toure at the Grammys with the matriarchs of our families. Every once in a while a rapper asks how can he become Sosa like Sammy. Rest in peace Fred, rest in peace Versus. I hope you both wrapped around some wings like the recipe at churches. Levels, yup.
I hope you're, okay, double entendre. I hope you're wrapped around some wings like the recipe at churches. Church's chicken, but then wrapped around wings like churches. Wings being like angel wings. So, you know, like I said, Lupe, you got me a couple of times on here, but you know, we can get the face value ones now.
2-piece specials. Peace. That might have been too deep for them devils. Shoulda never gave us shovels. Don't kick.
No, it wasn't too deep for me. He said like coming off the church's chicken / church angel wings punchline. He said peace, like a 2-piece special. Then he said that might be too deep for the devils. So in case you didn't get the double entendre, he explains it for you. He says 2-piece special. I was talking about church's chicken. Then he says them devils might have missed it. I was talking about church. Barga. You know.
Rebels without schedules, lyrical stickler, young Riddler from Chicago, the Midwest that don't get no middler. That last dance look.
The Midwest that don't get no middler. So I have my own. I don't know what he meant there, but I thought I have my own thoughts. Chicago, ain't that more Middle East? I mean, we just talking directionally. Is Chicago really on the west? It's more east than it is west. Don't get no more middle. It's kind of like in the middle. It's more middle than west. And it's more east than west. So I don't know if he was going with that, but you know, that's just my perspective on the Midwest.
Judge Mathis look alike, kid and play at that house party. Just know that my foot is like Laurie from Planet Self-Explanatory. It's all love, but sometimes you gotta chastise the shorties. Go in the house, kids. Essential ventures only, and mask over the mouth, kids. And if you didn't know me, call me Rap Anthony Fauci, that blackity grouchy mouthpiece.
Mask over the mouth, kids. Then he has the Anthony Fauci punchline. So he's just connecting. Anthony Fauci is a doctor. He's been one of the doctors, one of the lead doctoral figures in this whole coronavirus thing. So Lupe hit you with something and then come back a bar or two later and then give you a hint at what he was proposing or what he was suggesting, you know, with the punchline. Don't always just leave you hanging and confused. So try to throw a little something in there.
Prayer rug pointed at Saudi. Tuck it in and square up. You're reacquainted with your hairbrush. Cause just cause Andrew's a barber, that don't mean he giving haircuts. That landed suitably, worded beautifully. They heard that I was sick, now they heard immunity. Choose wisely. You can use this time to be in shape or eat a cake. Tonight I might post a picture of me and Drake. You gon' have to see and wait. Make do I eat a date. Peace. War, I guess cause it's on the album. I gotta give you more like it's Islamic Spain. Another chocolate rain. To see the vein like narcissists in the mirror. I peep the game like...
See the vein like a narcissist in the mirror. That's the first bar that I got in like 4 or 5 bars. So, he got me, I ain't gonna lie, he got me.
Arm switches, freezes and glitches. I channel 3 to trilateral commission is more my speed until it soft lock. Let's flip a golf clock. My drive is for you to put your face in a hole like ostriches. If you got a cough, so
my drive is for you to. So now he just going crazy with the metaphors. My drive is to put your face in a hole like ostriches. Obviously, ostriches, they stick their head in the dirt, but I'm not sure what else. That feels like a double entendre, but I'm not sure where he went. Let me go back like 10 seconds.
More my speed until it soft lock. Let's flip a golf.
More my speed. So he's talking about drive. That's how you set up the drive punchline.
My drive is for you to put your face in a hole like ostriches. If you got a cough, so LF95 is like a cough drop meets cough cop meets Bane. That's a birdie. Let's keep playing. Bird box on the sunken.
I recognize that there are metaphors happening, but I don't know what's going on. And we're back.
To see the vein like narcissists in the mirror. I peep the game like cartridges and ARF switches, freezes and glitches. I channel 3 to.
I peep the game like cartridges. So in Nintendo 64, Super Nintendo, you gotta blow the cartridge. There wasn't no CDs. Nowadays, there's really no CDs. It'll be downloadable content.
To see the vein like narcissists in the mirror. I peep the game like cartridges and ARF switches, freezes and glitches. I channel 3 to trilateral commission is more my speed until it soft lock. Let's flip a.
Okay, so I got a couple of those. In 3s, then he says trilateral commission. Tri. It's a prefix for 3. He said glitches and freezes. I peeped the game like cartridges, glitches and freezes. I'm catching them, but I'm unsure like how they're supposed to tie into each other.
I peep the game like cartridges and ARF switches, freezes and glitches. I channel 3 to trilateral commission is more my speed until it soft lock. Let's flip a golf plot. My drive is for you to put your face in a hole like ostriches. Cough, so LF95 is like a cough drop meets cough cop meets Bane.
Bane.
That's a birdie.
Batman.
Let's keep playing. Bird box on a sunken ship full of coins. Let's see change. Enough.
Bird box on a sunken ship. Seats change. Because if you watch Bird Box, the 3 of them are in the I guess ship. Let me go back, bro. Lupe got me fucking.
Meets Bane. That's a birdie. Let's keep playing.
Bird box.
On a sunken ship full of coins. Let's see change.
Bird box on a sunken ship full of coins. Seats change. Okay. So in bird box they're on the seats and they're changing seats, but change coins. Yeah. Not too bad.
Change. Enough raps, let's teach names. Lupe on the lyrics, of course. The phenomenal Kaelin Ellis on the music.
He says enough rapping, let's teach names. Then he shouts out the credits.
I'd like to thank Chris Torres,
Graham Burris,
Graham Dog, Graham Burris, Virgil Abloh, Scott Jalali.
Alright, so that was House. So I'm unsure why it's titled House. I'm sure it has more to do with the first track than anything else. We got a track about dinosaurs, we got a track about models, and we got a track about shoes. We've got LF95. I'm unsure what the 95 means. This is just, at least the last verse was a lyrical Lupe just having fun, throwing his metaphors around. And then the intro track, HOMME. Now I want to say femme means female. I want to say HOMME means man. Oh, man-made. Man-made, homemade, HOMME-made. You go from man-made into dinosaurs, dinosaurs into models. I'm unsure how it all connects, y'all, but maybe Lupe will come out and throw us a little bone, or maybe it's really not supposed to connect like that anyways. It's just a bunch of ideas put together. But either way, I really like this project. My favorite Lupe Fiasco project in a while. Well, I won't say that because Drogas Wave was amazing. It's great to hear Lupe over this jazzy production. I have no qualms about the production. Great. I didn't think Virgil Abloh's poems or his spoken word did any harm. There was a like 2-minute poem though at the end of Shoes. I'm sure the track would make a lot more sense if I listened to it, but we want to hear Lupe rap. I'm not mad at this. I would actually like to hear Lupe in a full project with Kaelin Ellis. I'm not mad at the production at all. So yeah, some riddles from Lupe. So shout out to Lupe Fiasco. Y'all know I don't like rating projects on the very first listen, and it's kind of impossible for me to. I have to rewind this last track like 3 times mid-track. But you know, this is 3.5, 4-star material. This is very, very good. I would even say great, but again, I have to sit back with it more and let it hit. Shout out to Lupe. Shout out to Kaelin Ellis. Shout out to Mr. $50 Virgil. And yeah, great project, you guys. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to see me break down more bars. Lupe, you got me on a couple of those, but a couple of those metaphors, but I was catching a lot of them. That Questlove, Black Thought metaphor, Roots metaphor. I caught that one. I caught a bunch of them. So yeah, top5rapwebsite.com. Peace.